You have been taught manifestation in a very subtle but dangerous way, and nobody points this out clearly. You have been told to visualize your desire, to imagine the person, the money, the relationship, to feel it real. But at the same time, you are constantly aware that you do not have it yet. And that right there is the hidden trap. Because the moment you are imagining something as something you want, you are unconsciously confirming that it is not yours. You sit there thinking about your dream relationship, replaying scenes, affirming love. But deep inside, there is a gap, a distance, a feeling that this is somewhere in the future. And no matter how many techniques you use, that gap keeps it away from you. Manifestation does not respond to what you want. It responds to where you are standing internally. If your entire process is coming from, I don't have this yet, but I am trying to get it, then all you are doing is perfecting the state of not having. And the harsh truth is, you can visualize for hours, affirm all day, script perfectly, and still get no result if your inner position is still of someone waiting. So the problem is not that manifestation is not working. The problem is you are standing on the wrong side of reality while trying to pull things toward you. Now understand this very carefully, because this is where everything shifts. There is a massive difference between thinking of the end and thinking from the end. And most people mix these two without even realizing it. When you think of the end, you are looking at your desire like it is outside of you, like it is something you will get someday. You are imagining your dream partner, but you are imagining them as someone who is not in your life yet. You are thinking about money, but you are thinking about it as something you will receive later. This creates a constant, subtle feeling of lack, even if your visualization looks positive on the surface. But when you think from the end, everything flips. Now you are no longer looking at your desire. You are looking from the version of you who already has it. This is not about imagining better scenes. This is about shifting your identity. It is about asking one simple but powerful question. If this was already done, if this was already my reality, how would I be thinking right now? And I want you to really sit with this, because this is not just a technique, this is a complete change in position. When you already have the relationship you want, you are not sitting and visualizing getting it. You are not affirming they will love me. You are not checking your phone again and again wondering when they will text. That version of you is relaxed. That version of you is secure. That version of you is not chasing anything mentally. So if right now you are constantly thinking about your desire, constantly trying to feel it, constantly checking for signs, you are not thinking from the end. You are thinking of the end. Let me make this even more clear for you. Imagine you already have the relationship you desire. Not in the future, right now. It is normal. It is stable. It is part of your life. Now tell me, would you be overanalyzing every message? Would you be wondering if they like you or not? Would you be watching manifestation videos again and again trying to make it happen? You would not, because for you, it is already done. This is exactly what Neville Goddard meant when he said, live in the end. He was not asking you to imagine harder. He was asking you to shift your state of being. Your thoughts should come from fulfillment, not reach toward it. And this is where people struggle the most, especially when it comes to relationships. Because when emotions are involved, attachment is high. You want that person, so your mind keeps going back to them again and again. But notice the quality of those thoughts. Are you thinking as someone who already has them, or as someone who is trying to get them? Because these two create completely different realities. When you think from the end, your thoughts become very natural. They are not forced. They are not repetitive affirmations you are trying to believe. They are simple, calm, normal thoughts that come from already having it. It feels ordinary, not exciting. And this is something people misunderstand a lot. They think manifestation should feel intense, emotional, magical all the time. But real manifestation feels normal when you are in the right state. Think about anything you already have in your life right now. Maybe your phone, your room, your daily routine. You are not constantly thinking about having it. You are not affirming it. You are not trying to believe it. It is just part of your reality. That is the exact same feeling you need to have toward your desire. And I know at this point your mind might say, but how can I feel like I already have it when I don't see it in my reality? And this is where you need to understand something very important. Your outer reality is not the starting point. It is the result. It is the reflection of your inner state. So if you keep looking at your current situation to decide how to feel, you will remain stuck in the same loop. Thinking from the end means you stop taking your current reality as the final truth. You start taking your inner state as the actual reality. So instead of reacting to what is happening outside, you start choosing where you are internally. Now let us bring this into a practical level, especially for relationships. If you are manifesting a specific person or even a new relationship, stop focusing on them for a moment. Shift your attention to yourself. Who are you in that relationship? How do you feel about yourself? How secure are you? How do you think about love? Because the version of you who has a healthy, loving relationship is not insecure. That version is not overthinking. That version is not afraid of losing the person. So instead of trying to change the other person, become that version of yourself. And this is not about pretending. It is about practicing a new internal position again and again until it becomes natural. When a thought of lack comes, you gently shift back. Not by forcing, but by reminding yourself, if it was already done, I would not be thinking like this. Over time, this becomes your dominant state. And once your state changes, your reality has no option but to follow. Another thing you need to drop is the obsession with how. The moment you start thinking from the end, the how becomes irrelevant. Because if you already have it, you are not sitting and planning how it will come. That is something your mind does when it is in lack. Your job is not to figure out the path. Your job is to stay in the state. And I know this sounds simple, but it is not easy in the beginning because your old patterns will try to pull you back. You will have moments where you doubt, where you check, where you react. That is normal. But what matters is how quickly you return to your chosen state. Think of it like this. You are not trying to create something new. You are selecting a version of reality where this already exists. And you align with it by thinking from that version. So the next time you catch yourself thinking about your desire, pause for a second and ask yourself, am I thinking of it or am I thinking from it? That one question can change everything. Because the moment you shift from wanting to having, from chasing to being, from imagining to embodying, that is when manifestation stops feeling like effort and starts becoming natural. And this is the real game of beliefs. Not what you say occasionally, not what you visualize once or twice, but where you live mentally throughout the day. So stop trying to get your desire. Start becoming the version of you who already has it. And then watch how effortlessly things begin to rearrange in your reality. I hope this helped you. I will meet you with another golden nugget soon. Happy manifesting.